Here's a frightening thought. Millions of baby boomers are retiring and many have no assets or very little savings. A recent Wells Fargo study revealed a third of the middle class believe Social Security will be their primary source of income. Other research points to 3/4 of boomers 55 and older having set aside less than $30,000. One way to seek solutions is our focus here, Da Vinci's Baby Boomer Survival Guide. So let's go ahead and welcome back, first of all in the studio, co-author Nick Tate, and joining us via Skype, co-author Barbara Rockefeller. Barbara, we're going to start with you because let's get down to some money here, and that's your area of expertise. I talked about Social Security here, and many people thought that's going to be the answer, but it just seems to me that that's a foolish idea to think that you can rely on the income from Social Security anymore.
Well, Social Security was never intended to be anything other than a supplement. You were supposed to have some savings of your own, and the savings were supposed to be your primary source of income in your retirement years. You're supposed to have a pension from an employer or savings or both. Social Security was always intended to be a stopgap to prevent the extreme poverty that older people had in the 1930s. That was why it was started in the first place. So we have the wrong perspective on Social Security in the first place. We're expecting more from it than it's actually going to deliver. Now, having said that, it's never too late to start saving and to start accumulating some capital of your own.
That's going to be the next step here because, correct me again if I'm wrong, but the applicants, you can actually increase your Social Security payments because you can be smart about when to start collecting your benefits. This is not really a fixed number, a fixed income, correct?
Yes, and in fact, the increase, the longer you wait, the more you get on a monthly basis, and then therefore on a cumulative basis, the more you would get. And it's actually pretty shocking. If you choose to take your payout when you're 62, you will get as much as 25% less than if you can wait until you're 70.
The biggest thing here that I
Assuming
often
you don't
hear...
think you're going to die.
No, I'm sorry, please finish.
No, if you're in extremely ill health and likely to die right after age 70, then obviously you're going to take it at 62. So evaluating when you're going to take it, 62, 66, or 70, is a function of how healthy you are and how long you want to live. And a lot of people don't want to face that. And yet there's a ton of websites out there, all of which we name in the book, in several places, in fact, of figuring out how long are you going to live. People don't want to face that question. That's a very hard thing to face. When am I going to die?
I think that's part of it from a medical standpoint.
Sure.
Certainly is.
Right.
We don't know. It's all those questions that we still have to ask ourselves. We're unsure. So we're afraid sometimes to make some of these moves.
We are, but the truth is if you look at the actuarial tables, I mean, life expectancy now is in the high 70s for men, the low 80s for women. If you are 50 years of age right now, you have a better than average chance of living to your mid 80s. And a lot of the retirement planning recommendations that have made up to this point have expected retirement would be 10 or 15, maybe 20 years. But the truth is that the fastest growing segment of the population is that over 65 segment. So the expectation is that many people are going to live to their 80s and 90s and beyond, and you need to have a financial plan that goes beyond Social Security for that.
All right, let's go beyond that Social Security that you just talked about here. Barbara, there's this 4% rule of retirement planning. What exactly is that?
Well, the 4% rule is considered outdated today. It was based upon your having started to invest in the stock market, in basically the Standard & Poor's index, something like that when you were young, and over 40 years, 30 to 40 years, at an annual rate of growth of 8 to 12%, you would have accumulated enough money so that by the time you were 65, you could withdraw 4% of it a year and never run out of money. The problem is, number one, as we've said, people didn't start doing this, putting away significant amounts of money in their 30s. And the other problem is we have had these crashes, which do come along. The 4% assumption assumes no crashes, but we have had crashes. We had the 99 tech wreck. We had a big crash in '08. And so you can't count on the 8 to 12% steady annual growth rate that will yield you as much as 4% total ability to withdraw, as much as 4% per annum when you are retired. That means that you could, plus the fact that you're going to live those extra 30 years and not just 15, means you are almost certainly going to run out of money by the time you're 80 or something.
The one thing that I'm hearing coming through in a lot of this, Barbara, and we've only got a few seconds left here, but the word is options, correct?
You mean trading options?
Sure,
Well,
no, yeah, people need options. People are looking for options. They need to consider all their options instead of just looking at one thing.
Yes, but the very first thing you have to do is accumulate some capital. You have to do some plain old-fashioned savings, passbook savings, the kind of thing you did when you were 8 and your birthday gift was $5 and your dad took you down to the bank to put it in a savings account. The safest place to put your money is in a federally insured bank. The problem, of course, is that you make almost no return on it.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to hold right there because we have to take a break and we're going to come back and talk a little bit more because let's turn to housing and living conditions that boomers need to think about after the break. And a reminder, get your copy of Da Vinci's Baby Boomer Survival Guide online at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, other bookstores across the country. It's the best $20 you'll ever invest and get a solid life in retirement.
This is a special presentation about the new book, Da Vinci's Baby Boomer Survival Guide, available right now with our free offer simply by going to www.newsmax.com/boomers. Inside, you will learn valuable tips on how to boost your Social Security payouts, pick the right Medicare plan, increase your investment income, save money on your housing, find the best states and cities to retire in. Plus, 10 great tax tips that can save you $1,000 or more. It also comes with Newsmax 100% satisfaction guarantee. If you're not happy for any reason, simply send it back. As a bonus for ordering today, Newsmax will also send you a 3-month trial subscription to the financial newsletter Retirement Profits, which is filled with timely advice you can use every day to increase and grow your nest egg. So don't delay. Go to www.newsmax.com/boomers to get this specially discounted offer on the Baby Boomer Survival Guide today.
You can join millions of Americans turning off the old media for Newsmax TV. We're in over 40 million homes on DirecTV Channel 349, Dish Channel 223, and Verizon Fios Channel 115. And we're available online at NewsmaxTV.com or on Roku and Google TV. Plus, you can watch us anywhere in the world. Just download our free Newsmax TV app from your iPhone or Android. Do it today and find out why millions are tuning in Newsmax TV. For real news, better talk.